Hey everyone, it's Ting. Welcome to Transpark. It's Wednesday. I am feeling a little bit under the weather because I'm on these new medication and they make me super nauseous and can't sleep or sleep too much or can't eat, and anyways, I'm a mess. So I'm gonna keep this video short. I'm gonna try to keep this video short. So this week we're talking about racism in the LGBTQ community. I am just gonna call it the queer community because I feel like that englobes everyone, and I hope that no one is offended by that. So I guess there's different parts to this racism thing. The first part is that I don't really understand why there is racism in the queer community, because the queer community itself is already a minority. The queer community is not the norm, is not the norm, and is not accepted by everyone. Therefore, it is a minority, and it receives a lot of discrimination from mainstream people and heterosexual people, whatever you want to call them, readers. Um, so the queer community receives a lot of discrimination. So as a trans person of color, I receive discrimination because I am trans or because I'm gay, whatever. And then within the queer community, there are not only white people, obviously, there are also people of color, like me. And some of the white people in the queer community will discriminate against the people of color within the queer community. And I don't understand that, because as a gay person, if you have already been discriminated against because of your sexual orientation, why would you go and cause that same pain to someone else who is also within your community? You know, I don't get that. If you understand the pain of being discriminated against, why would you cause that same pain to another person who is supposedly in your community, is your brother or your sister, because we're within this queer community together and we are in that minority together. So within the queer community, another minority, I would be another minority. So I am a double minority. I'm queer, trans, whatever, and I am also Asian. So I get discriminated for two of these things, and it makes me super angry that white queer people would discriminate against people of color who are queer. So that's one part. And the second part is, I guess, stereotypes or preferences. I'm not really sure what the word would be, but I've been going out in the village for like as long as I can remember, and I have been hit on by girls maybe like twice, 3 times, I don't know, but I have been hit on gay white males so much. It's crazy, and they always have the same damn approach. Um, they always say that either they don't really like Asians, but they'll make an exception for me, or they'll say that they love Asians, so they'll go with any Asian people. So they're kind of, I think there's a name, and they're called rice queens or something. And if you have a preference, fine. If you like a certain color of people, fine. If you like a certain type of person, fine. If you like the feminine guys, fine. Whatever floats your boat. But do not come to me and tell me that you like Asian guys only, and make me feel like I should feel privileged that you're hitting on me because you are white, and Asian people are not supposed to be hit on by white people. I don't know how they feel when they do that. Or they say that they'll make an exception for me because I'm I'm a different Asian, or I'm cuter than most Asian people, or whatever they want to say. That is not a compliment. That is not something that's going to turn me on. That is not a good pickup line. That is not any pickup line. That should be not be any line at all. It is stupid. I don't understand why would anybody say that. I would never go up to a white girl and be like, "Hey girl, you're looking pretty white. Let's hook up." That would never happen. I don't understand how they do that. What prompts them to say things like that? You know what I mean? I don't understand it. Another thing is here in Montreal, here in Quebec, whatever. It's very language. There's a lot of segregation within languages. So there's a big like fight between the French and the English. So the Francophone people don't like the Anglophone people because they don't speak French, and then the Anglophone people don't like the French people because the Francophone people are not very open to Anglophones, and they don't really try to speak English because they think that we are in Quebec. It's a French province, therefore everybody needs to speak French all the time, despite your background, despite how long you've been in Quebec, you need to speak French. I live in Montreal. I live in the city, so I live actually in like a English area. Most of my friends are Anglophone, so I don't really get a lot of that. But when I do go more into the Francophone side, or when I'm at work, um, because I deal with a lot of Francophone customers, it's unbelievable how much hate there is for Anglophone people, or for anybody that is not French, white French people. So that's another part of, I guess you can call it racism or languageism or segregation of race and language. Um, so it's like they don't. So I'm being discriminated because I'm gay. I'm being discriminated because I'm queer, because I'm trans, and then I'm being discriminated because I am Asian, and then I'm being discriminated again because I am Anglophone. Even though I speak French perfectly fine, my grammar in French is probably better than like the French Quebecois that grew up here. Um, anyways, so those are the three discriminations that I experience almost on a daily life. Not so much anymore in the as a queer person because I pass most of the time, but sometimes people will still think that I'm a gay man or something like that. So it's hard being a minority within a minority and then within a minority. So then I understand the need to kind of create these safer spaces for minorities to come together and bond with other minorities and talk about these issues with other minorities. And this is why I feel like this channel is important to not only trans people of color, but also everybody else. Because we want to talk about issues that are, like trans issues, but also trans issues that are only experienced by people of color. And we can't do that without you guys. We can't. I'm not just talking about views wise, because yes, if no one watches our videos, then there's no point of us making a video. But also at the same time, we want you guys to contribute and give us ideas about what to talk about, because we are only 6 people and we might not know what's out there and what you experience every day and what you want to be talked about and what you want people to hear about. So it's important to contribute and message us about what you want to talk about. And also obviously to watch and comment and subscribe and all of that. So yeah, this week, race in the LGBT community. I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening. Why there's minority discriminating against other minority. It doesn't make sense to me. And it's important to create safer spaces for minorities, people of color, trans people of color, queer people of color, whatever. Because I feel like sometimes when there is a white person in the room, some people might not feel as safe or as comfortable about sharing their thoughts or feelings about certain issues. So I just told you I would keep this video short, but obviously I didn't. I'm sorry. Um, I'm going to go nap. I don't even think I'm going to edit this. Thank you for watching. Please message us and subscribe. And the Trans Calendar Project, we reached our goal, $10,000. That means everyone's getting a calendar. And if you want one, you can go on the Indiegogo page and purchase one and contribute more to our project. Half of it goes to the artist and the members of the project for trans related stuff, and the other half goes back to the calendar itself, so that next year it could also happen, and it could happen every year. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week.